The National People's Congress is set to review a draft resolution on changes to the territory's electoral system in the coming days. This is according to a draft published by China's official news agency. Let's bring in our chief North Asia correspondent, Stephen Engle. Stephen, thanks so much for joining us. Talk us through what this means for democracy in Hong Kong. I know a lot of this was expected, but it's going to have a big repercussion, isn't it?
Yeah, if your question is what's the future of democracy as opposed to what's the future of Hong Kong, I can be pretty clear on that. The future of democracy in Hong Kong is on life support at best. Already, you know, the main pan-Democrat lawmakers resigned en masse. We also have 47 pro-democracy activists and former lawmakers, many of whom who were part of that resignation, are now, about to stand trial under charges from the national security law. This is a clampdown on the promises for a gradual slope towards democracy under the basic law, the mini constitution here in Hong Kong. It's because Beijing saw what's happened over the last 7 years or so, from the umbrella movement in 2014, then the rejection by the pan-Democrats of electoral reform. The pan-Dems, they wanted the whole enchilada. They wanted universal suffrage. They didn't get it. Now they're getting a worse scenario. No formal opposition in the Legislative Council right now, and these new draft laws, which will likely be stamped into approval and then confirmed by the National People's Congress Standing Committee after the NPC closes in a week and a half, will severely limit pan-Democrats, because it will create a body that will handpick those who can be candidates for the Legislative Council, and will also have a say in choosing those Legislative Council members. Forget about a free vote to the people. It's going to be handpicked Beijing supporters picking handpicked Beijing supporters.
Stephen, very briefly, so where does this leave the opposition parties? Are they all but retired now?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's going to be a very long road ahead for those who want to have democracy. Again, the pan-Democrat camp, they rejected electoral reforms put forward by Beijing in 2015. They wanted the whole enchilada. Now they're getting nothing. So it looks like any opposition will be in the form of more municipal kind of legislation. If there's anything on politics or questioning sovereignty, anything like that, that's not going to be taken up by any opposition parties in the Legislative Council.